to be the name of the game, right? Both these characters have extremely good burst options, surprisingly good range on both their sides too. A lot of aerial mobility, aerial movement. I think the one advantage is going to come for MuteAce being able to safely and consistently edge guard Ness. If he can do that with Peach, with the tools, with the turnips, with the float, I think that's really going to be the big difference maker for him and going to be how he gets this big advantage. However, Atata coming out strong, coming out swinging. Big good awareness there on the regrab, dunks him with the downer, and jumps off to this a good lead here in this first game.
It's usually not a good idea to challenge Parasol like that, but Atata's like, hey, this is the first minute of the a top 32 major. I'm going to go for it all, and getting the early dare there. And of course, no jump here for Atata though. It's going to be very hard to make it back, and he does not.
And there we go. I mean, like we alluded to, this is going to be the difference maker. Can Atata safely make it back when he ends up offstage against MuteAce? You know, MuteAce doesn't really have super committal edge guards on Ness, but turnips and float at ledge can kind of do a lot of the damage work for him. It's all about making sure that he does his part on his end, gets the consistency and secures the stocks out.
And I like these aggressive options from Atata at the ledge, right? Throwing those forward airs as early as possible. If you let any resource get taken as Ness, you're just basically dead. So making sure to always make it so the Peach has to avoid those giant hitboxes, weave around these, massive aerials from Ness. And so far doing a good job of it, having roughly about a 40% lead here, and maintaining relatively good stage control, but the Peach fair. But yeah, like I said, that backer there in the corner, you have to maintain stage control at all times.
Yeah, it's all about you obviously want to kind of meet Peach or meet Ness in the air, right? But I think both these players are going to be at a point where you can't preemptively just you can't be too preemptive with it, right? Because you just don't want to sit there, looking like a sitting duck, throwing all these boxes out, and then you get slapped for it.
And of course, that yo-yo at ledge is one of Ness's most polarizing tools. Really invalidates some matchups. And the first time Atata uses it, MuteAce ready for it. Quick roll and reversal there. So yeah, like the matchup awareness, that fair. Okay, another offstage situation. We'll see how Atata handles this. Yeah, that PK Thunder close to ledge. We see Sen use that a lot. We see Gak use that a lot. It's just so hard to deal with that hitbox as he's rising up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great way to kind of secure yourself back to the ledge, right? You throw the Thunder out, get them off of you if they're trying to be aggressive at ledge, and make sure you can get back, get that invincibility safely.
Yeah, as we see there, catching the turnip there, that's one of the most popular ways to nullify Peach's edge guarding, but one of the most popular ways to also kill Peach's anti-air right in front of that. Yo is going to do that. 2-1 stock lead for Atata, but Mute may take advantage of this edge guard situation.
Slightly off the mark there with the turnip.
Yeah, but that landing backer still going to do it though. But yeah, Atata's mixes have been pretty strong the second stock. Mute has been unable to pin him down for the most part. That magnet also very, very good option from ledge. Kind of suspends Ness fall, so it's really hard to pin him down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of tempo mix-ups, right? You would assume that it's a lot of just I just go out there, I hit him, and he dies. But it's those tempo mix-ups you can create using your thunder to loop around, using the magnets to saw yourself. That's really kind of how you add those layers to Ness's recovery and turns what your opponent would think would be just an easy edge guard into, another chance for yourself to get back in the game.
And I love that, patience from both players at the center. They're just saying essentially who's going to commit first, and unfortunately, Mute getting the better of Atata there and actually reclaiming the lead. But just as we say that, Atata's getting advantage hit of his own started here, but unfortunately using the corner and a turnip here. What a confirm from MuteAce there.
Yeah, good chase there. Knew exactly where he needed to be off that turnip conversion, and that was a lot of damage too. It wasn't even game. Now MuteAce has got a big lead. It has Atata at the ledge, and got to make sure that Ness doesn't get back to center stage. You got to close it out here.
And that unreactable tomahawk, just so hard to deal with most characters. But into the early PK2 to get back, and I love that angle PK fire off the ledge, but Mute was so ready for it. Okay, but it's gonna spin right in front of him, but no punish from Mute.
Yeah, I was able to kind of sneak away with that one there after the free fall. With Cell at 154, now he's ping-pong back to the other side of the stage, and I mean, it's the same story, just on the other side.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to make it back, and that one turnip enough to just slightly disrupt the PK2, just an inch away from hitting ledge, but MuteAce getting it done off stage where you need to do against Ness.
Yeah, absolutely good. That's just great knowledge there, knowing that all he had to do is put something in the way that PK Thunder 2 is going to cut the distance just enough to make sure that Ness doesn't make it back, and again, the edge guarding, making a difference there in that first game, allowing MuteAce to go up 1-0 here.
I like Atata's plan, right? You can't be too passive against MuteAce because, he is the passive king. So, he kind of took it to him that first time. It was like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to bring the fight to you. But MuteAce responded beautifully, got his win conditions at the end of the day. And, I liked Atata's game plan for the most part, right? I thought his recoveries were strong, especially on that second stock. But if he does a bit more on stage, you know, puts Mute in those corner spots, we'll see what he can do. But definitely can see this still going either way, even with Mute up 1-0 here.
I mean, absolutely. That was definitely a pretty close game for really a vast majority of there. It was just that one, you know, Mute got that one conversion, put Atata on ledge and didn't really let him off. You know, he took him from one side of PS2 back to the other, back to the right side again, and you know, which is hard to do against Peach. Like getting off ledge against that character is a nightmare.
You definitely get your expenses paid when you fight Peach, traveling left to right, up to down. You go a lot of different places on the stage.
Yeah, you know, you gotta get those air miles, man.
Got you. Small battlefield. I like this especially because like Mute, very neutral spacing based player. So these platforms are just gonna shorten the space a little bit. And if you have to interact with Ness up close too much, it is pretty hard to do so. But of course, the early parry game from Mute, if your parry game is on point with Peach, it is just so lethal because all your great boxing options, you can pretty much do anything you want with a parry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, you get the parry. You can start like. You're close enough, you can start off with that down tilt, get those nairs going, and anything like that. Amazing damage output if you're able to get that parry at low percents.
Yeah, and you know, PK Thunder Juggle maybe overextending a bit. Mute just landing on top of him with the dare. You know, Atata has to be careful with his offense because those turnip combos are so lethal. But that time, the catching the turnips is a really good counterflip with Peach. Atata's doing a great job of that so far.
Absolutely, I see. You know, Atata was well using kind of the small battlefield platforms, using those B-reverse PK fires to kind of create a sense of danger, that kind of 45-degree angle of like, no sir, you are not allowed to come through here. Oh my god,
that ballerina dancing from you, just avoiding the PK Thunder with perfect spacing. Peach has kind of a hard time dealing with PK Thunder because of her floaty nature, but Mute is so prepared to just dance around that really annoying projectile just perfectly there.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're still sitting here, you know, dead even in percent between these two, but big fair off the ledge, gonna catch the jump, and that's the, you know, the big move that Mute needed to jump ahead in the second game.
And we know, you always know, even at top level, those Nesses are gonna do the aerial off ledge, right? And that prayer, so much more disjointed than it looks. Like, even with its nerf, so dangerous in the corner. And, you know, Mute continues the advantage. Nice reversal from Atata, but he has to close out the stock tuner. It's gonna start to steamroll in Mute's favor.
Yeah, he's got him on ledge here. Let's see what okay, there we go. Yeah, you got to watch that yo-yo on ledge. Very deadly move, both the up smash and the down smash can scoop you straight off from the ledge if you're not careful. Yeah,
really Mute doing a good job of just waiting till these long-lasting Ness arrows are done, then using his own attack. But holding center stage, holding that diamond for the Liz block, but that buff dash attack gonna do a lot of knockback stage spike here. No, just gonna send him up. Oh, almost got the reverse on the PK2 rocket, but doesn't get the rocket effect.
Yeah, Mute kind of fortunate for him that he did end up coming in the way between Ness and the PK Thunder, because that could have been, I mean, that would have been the stock regardless, but good back air by Atata, catching that jump out, gonna be able to bring me to a second stock, only 45% on him, so nothing too crazy, nothing out of the realm of Ness to kind of bring itself back in here.
Yeah, but just as he evens it up, Mute taking it back control, putting Ness in ledge where he hates to be, and catches that fair, and just gonna take that quick stock. Wow, Mute, you know, getting these kills so early as Peach, that's just so important because the character can sometimes struggle to take stocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're able to put yourself in a position to get that, you know, that turnip in a fair, that's just you know, automatic for someone like MuteAce.
And I like Atata just going all in for it, right? Going for that dare again, but of course the DI from MuteAce is just so stellar. They're not really even close to hitting that back air. They're going to put him in a decent spot, and these juggles are where Peach hates to be, but of course Mute with the perfect drift to get out of that spot.
There we go. Gets Atata able to get some damage on there. Attacks on even more using the PK Thunder, kind of preventing a lot of horizontal recovery for him. MuteAce going to try and force him to go low, but Mute able to get... Mute for a time was able to parasol his way back, but good roll read. Atata gets an up smash, and again, still playing about the same distance behind from MuteAce. Just when he kind of evens it back up, Mute's able to put him on ledge.
Yeah, I like Atata though. He's finally getting to some of these juggles started, but how can he get out of this situation? The angle just good enough. Oh, but the call out on the magnet fair. Oh my goodness, he was in his head right there, Bobbles.
Yeah, absolutely. Came right off, knew exactly where to be. And that up smash, super strong, super great to call out. And yeah, you saw the magnet come up. The hitbox was about to reveal itself, but Mute was already there with a box of his own.
And Mute is just such a student of the game. That is not a call you do or even attempt unless you know exactly what those top Ness players want in those exact situations. I mean, what a studied player. There's a reason why he's gotten to the spot in majors so many times. It is no accident. He studies these top players, the top metas. He knows exactly what your favorite option is. He's going to exploit it at the right time, and that is why he's up 2-0 right now.
Right, absolutely. I mean, and you can say that about a lot of these top players, right? Normally, you know, you go to your locals, even to some of your regionals, you find players who err a lot more in the technically proficient side. You find players who err more in the fundamentally proficient side. But usually, when you're able to put 2 and 2 together, get the best of both worlds. That's how you elevate. That's how you get players like Atata, like MuteAce, who are here on Championship Sunday, here on day 3 at majors like this.
Yeah, and the DI for Mute has just been so stellar. Those fair chains into PK fires, just mostly missing for the most part. I mean, Peach's floaty nature helps, but the DI has just been immaculate. It just shows, once again, Mute's preparation in this matchup. But Atata, of course, really explosive player. We saw some openings, and he almost got the fair on the Peach Bomber there, but he's just slightly misspacing some of these punishes.
Yeah, I think that slight bit of disjoint that Peach has on a couple of these moves, kind of getting the favor there. Obviously, Ness has those too, but it just seems like MuteAce seems to be kind of being just half a step faster on a lot of these approaches when they're both kind of coming at each other.
Okay, Peach at ledge here, just going to patiently wait. Oh, and almost gets the yo-yo. It is a disjointed move, but unfortunately just mistimed it, and the Peach and Air are going to get Mute into ledge right now. That platform pressure, that falling upper is going to confirm maybe, but no, going to air dodge out of it, and Mess's air dodge, of course, very good. Yeah,
great pressure there applied by Mute, forces Atata to kind of retreat there, but an early parasol, Atata right on top of it with the punish. Fair is going to take it, and Atata's got, I think, first time this set he's been able to take a bit of a stock lead, but Mute evens it right back up immediately, just as we say it.
Just as we see Mute at all these regionals and majors in Texas, that's the main thing I noticed. He does not let the other guy get much of a lead. But he knows if the lead snowballs against Peach, since she's such a light character, things can happen really, really badly if the opponent gets rage. So Mute always makes it a priority to not let the rage character exist, always makes it to even it out. And yeah, even though he's down in this game, it's just even, okay, but that fair there, this is the juggles that we need from Atata.
Yeah, okay, and a good chase there on the Thunder. They're keeping this Peach at bay, and again, the Thunder gonna pay a lot of, oh no, no tech. It's hard to prepare for stuff like that. You know, do you get hit by the ball? Do you get hit by the tail? Because you don't want to preemptively try and tech the move, because you'll just get hit by the tail, air dodge out, you're dead anyway. But unfortunately, the tech game claiming a victim in MuteAce's second stock.
Yeah, that tail definitely disrupts your tech timing, right? And this is the first kind of earliest stock that he's taken against MuteAce, and that, you know, Ness is prone to do that. He has a lot of early kill power, quote unquote cheese potential. But just as we say that, like I said, Mute is just so good at responding. Actually called out that air dodge, but that platform would have saved Atata there.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Atata has to get this extra credit, right? This is the first time you had a solid lead. You've got to kind of run with it. You're at 120. As long as you hold down center stage, you should be fine. But, I mean, easier said than done against Peach.
Yeah, usually people think that PK fire is so safe up close. It is not safe. If you're in the right range, you get that quick back air, you can get the immediate punish. And Mute, once his platform pressure is just so insane, that fall down back air actually kind of looks like a shield drop from Melee there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a little bit you know, Armada-esque there with the coverage, but Atata firing right back, got a little bit of a combo of his own, still keeping a small percent lead, and I think he's just trying to he doesn't want to force MuteAce to be on the back foot too much, because Mute will definitely open him up for that, but he's able to, again, keep these pursuits on with the PK Thunder too as well.
Really love the fact that he went for the up throw. Just, you know, like I said, that is the weakest position PK's in, and no tech again from Mute. Very, very strange flubs. You know, one is kind of understandable, but two is definitely uncharacteristic of a player like Mute.
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of like threw himself off there. He kind of ran off that directional air dodge. Had to force himself in a position where he had to just expend all of his recovery resources. Thank you. I was blanking on the word for a second. But yeah, had to use all of his resources there, right, to make it back to ledge, you know, so you wouldn't SD. But Atata, you know, obviously gonna be able to capitalize off that through the Thunder down there. Got Mute again over 2 there on the Thunder text. But hey, we're on the board now, 2-1. Still in MuteAce's favor, of course, but you know, helps keep that kind of momentum going for Atata.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is Atata, like we were saying, Mew was prepared in the matchup. Atata showing his own preparation in the matchup, knowing Peach is weakest when she's above me. I can get those PK Thunder 2 juggles going, force her to ledge, and maybe force an early stage spike. And Atata doing that game 3, but of course Mute's going to respond with a fire. Going back to PS2, where I believe he won the first 2 games. So definitely probably more comfortable with all this space, you know, just space around just these giant Ness hitboxes.
Right, absolutely. You know, same platform layout, of course, but the platform distances from each other, the change in the blast zones definitely, I think, can tend to benefit Peach probably a little more than kind of a smaller on-stage platform set like Small Battlefield.
Mute is ledge trapping on top of all these nest aerials. It is not easy to time those aerials just to space around those net hitboxes. He just does it so precisely and so perfectly. He's definitely, maybe as a nest, he's fought a lot of his career because it just like I said, just really good knowledge. But gotta love that PK fire platform Mute movement. That's what kind of separates the average nests from the top nests, is how they use those platforms in their offense.
Oh, good tech there by Atata off the turnip there.
And dude, that thunder to cancel out the turnip on the ledge too, that was so smart from Atata.
Yeah, trying to keep him safe. Okay, nice for MuteAce to just kind of opt for. Yeah, and he respected that move so much. They kind of knew Atata was going to start swinging for it. And just like, you know what, yeah, man, you got it. Just come on back down to the ground. We can keep fighting.
That's interesting if you use the PK rocket directly into the ground. It kind of creates like an auto-cancel situation. I actually wasn't aware of that. Of course, the Peach backer never fails. One of the best, quickest moves in the game for a reason. Going to take that at 62% too. Looking really, really comfortable. And of course, the early ledge spot is not where Atata wants to be, but okay, working it right. No, Mute continuing the pressure.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, MuteAce has got this lead. He's just going to try and compound on top of it. But, you know, it sucks for Atata, too, because I feel like being this far behind as Ness, you're kind of in a position where you're forced to approach Peach. But you've got all of this wall, these turnips, this everything that MuteAce is throwing out to deal with to try and get in and force that stock to be taken.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. It's like when Peach is forced to approach, even against some mid-tier, she can struggle. But when you're forced to approach Peach, that's where the top tiers, even the best character in this game, will kind of shake in their boots because she is a fortress of hitboxes, and you do not want to get into that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and then you're kind of even more inclined to put yourself in these situations where you even don't want to be against Peach on ledge. You know, you got to deal with the turnips. You finally make it back, but Mute is there with the float cancels, the mix-ups, and the nair to close that second stock out, and now kind of running away with this fourth game here.
Oh my God, Mute's response. I mean, we saw how he responds when he loses a stock, but when he loses a game, look at the beast that arrives to the scene. He wants to take this move on and bracket the double up air, and Ness just cannot land right now. He's just so floaty, so vulnerable, but finally trying to get the big fire to land, but Mute is on top of him right now.
Yeah, I think Atata feeling kind of desperate there. Mute just kind of feeding off of that at 88% now. Looking to capitalize. A 3-stock on the fourth game would be such a statement to move forward into winner's quarters.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate. When you're Ness, you just feel like you're drowning because these barrage of hitboxes coming out from Peach. Your disadvantage is already pretty suspect. The ball, the up air is going to do it. And Ness, of course, very explosive character, but Mute's defense has been so stellar this last game. I don't know. He's just got to come out, basically with something miraculous at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Again, the chase, good mix up there for down tilt, forcing an option from Atata, and then meets him in the air with the backer. Gonna keep. Oh, okay, thought about going out there. Gonna let him come back.
Don't overextend there because you might just get stage spike, but you just not have to because Mute